Hey guys, it's Curtis and I'm back with another video. I'm sorry I've been gone for a little bit. Obviously last week was a bit crazy for me, but I'm feeling a lot better now. And I'm coming to you today with another cake tutorial. But before I go into it, I just want to announce that I have a Facebook page, which is going to be a little bit more related to this channel than like my business one. So it's just facebook.com/Acorn Bakes, I think it is. But anyway, the link for that is in the description box below. So I'd appreciate it if you just go down there right now, click that link and click that like button. On that Facebook page, I'm going to be posting like video teasers for my YouTube channel. And it's also going to be in conjunction with my blog, which I've not really got around to doing yet. So there's not much on there at the moment, but there's a sneak peek of the cake I'm going to be doing next week. So going to be lots of little teasers on there. So it's worth giving it a like. So go over and do that right now for me, please. Just a little favour for me. Thanks. So today I'm going to be showing you how I made this orange and raspberry cake. I'll put it somewhere on screen. It is 4 layers of orange sponge, and then I got raspberry jam and Swiss meringue buttercream in each layer. And I decorated it with some meringue kisses, dehydrated orange slices, blinged out raspberries. Okay, this is going to become a thing, guys. Blinged out fruit. And really cool meringue lollipops, which I've already shown you how to make, but I used a star nozzle so they look even cooler. So I'm going to go straight into this video. So here I have 2 6-inch cakes, which I'm just going to level off, and then I'm going to cut them in half, so I eventually have 4 layers. This is just my vanilla cake recipe, which I put the zest of 1 orange in there. Now I'm just going to sugar syrup it, and I also put the juice of some orange in there, just to further infuse that orange flavour. Now I'm going to attach my first layer onto an 8-inch cake board, with a little bit of Swiss meringue buttercream, and I'm going to spread a thin layer of raspberry jam all along that layer. Once I've done that, I'm then going to get some Swiss meringue buttercream and I'm going to fill that layer with it. And I'm going to repeat this on every single layer of my cake. Once I've built up my cake, I'm then going to do a crumb coat. A crumb coat is just a thin layer of buttercream all the way around your cake, just to lock in all those crumbs. And once I'm happy with my crumb coat, I'm going to pop that straight into the fridge until it's nice and firm, and then I can do my next layer. So I'm just applying buttercream quite generously all the way around my cake, and then once I've done that, I then use a cake scraper and just scrape it all the way around. If I see any gaps, I then fill that in with some buttercream and then smooth it round again. Once I've done that, I'm then going to take my palette knife and get rid of that lip at the top of the cake. Again, I then put that in the fridge until the buttercream's nice and firm, and then I can start to do my sort of really cool watercolour effect. So I've just got some yellow buttercream, which I'm just going to put quite randomly all the way around the cake, and I'm going to scrape that round and also do the same on the top. Once I've done that, I then go in there with a light orange, mainly focusing on the white parts of the cake and just putting it again quite randomly all the way around the cake. And then I get a cake scraper and smooth that round again, and do the same on the top with a palette knife. I'm going in there now with a darker shade of orange, and I'm just going to do exactly the same thing again. Now moving on to my final colour, which is kind of like a ruby, you know, like that Rihanna lipstick that she did. It's kind of like that colour, which sort of reminds me of. But yeah, I'm doing exactly the same again. And then as you can see, there's some white bits of the cake there, and I'm just going to fill that in with random bits of colour, just to make sure it all sort of smooths and blends in quite well. And then make sure I get rid of that lip at the top of the cake so it's nice and smooth. I absolutely love the effect this cake has with the buttercream. Like, it sort of reminds me of like fire. May, oh my god guys, my cake is lit. I know that's really cringy to say, but like, I don't really know how else to really describe it, like. Anyway, moving on, I'm now going to move on to actually decorating the cake with my meringue lollipops. So I've already sort of placed some holes in there for my meringue lollipops because they're quite delicate. I don't want to have to sort of force them in there, so I'm just sort of like pre-holing my lollipops. I can't believe I just said that. Pre-holing my lollipops, that sounds so dirty. Once I'm happy with where my meringue lollipops are, I'm going to sort of start to decorate it with my other bits. So I'm decorating this cake with some raspberries, some dehydrated orange slices, which I dehydrated myself, and some meringue kisses, which I had left over from my meringue lollipops. So I'm just sort of putting it quite randomly wherever I think it's going to look best, but I'm sort of trying to keep to sort of like a crescent moon shape as I'm decorating. Once I'm happy with where my decorations are, I then start to do some rosettes and little blobs with leftover buttercream. Wherever I think it's going to look best, or wherever I sort of see sort of like empty naked spaces, which I think looks a bit, well, boring. So I just sort of do that really randomly, wherever I think it's going to look quite nice. As one of my last finishing touches, I then go in there with a little bit of gold luster dust on some raspberries, just to bling them out. The main reason why I did this is because I thought the raspberries kind of looked like they were just standing out a little bit too much, it was a little bit too loud, so that's sort of what I did. I also dusted the cake with a little bit of edible glitter, just to add a little bit of extra bling, because why not? And that's how I made this orange and raspberry cake. I really love how the meringue lollipops are at different heights. I think it just sort of adds another dimension to the cake. I also just love the texture of the meringue lollipops. I hope you guys love this cake as much as I do, and if you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. Both of those buttons are just down there, so make sure you click both of those, and make sure you share this video with your friends if you think they might like it. And also make sure you follow me on all my social media bits. The links are just down there again in the description box, so you can see what I'm up to in the kitchen and what might be coming up on this channel. You think I'd get used to saying that, wouldn't you? Also make sure you tune in next week. Really exciting things happening. It's a little bit experimental, so yeah, I'm kind of scared to share it with you, but I'm also really excited as well. So I'll see you next week with that video, and until then, take care and bye.